Hello everyone, this is CultYap. Basically, yapping by creators for creators. Now, when it comes to content creation, it's not just about content creation. There's a lot of admin work, and most of the time, you're doing it by yourself. So, how do you navigate that situation? What if you mess up? What if you forgot to reply a client? What if the house is on fire? Don't worry, our guest is here to help you out with that. He is a TV host, a digital host. He lives and breathes entertainment. He's a creator, he's an MC, and now also a radio announcer. He has gone worldwide, international, local to interview celebrities. Daniel, welcome to CultYap.
Woo! Wow, my colleague.
Yes, sir.
Finally, I can say that after I don't know, a month of keeping it a secret. And hi, my radio colleague.
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to have you here because if there's a bigger yapper than me, it's this guy. He knows how to yap, okay? I want to get straight into it, Daniel.
Okay,
like
let's
I
go,
mentioned, you're doing so many things.
Is that true?
Yes, okay? You are either on a flight going somewhere or you're back hosting a TV show, doing a radio show, doing content. How are you balancing everything? How are you managing your time?
Actually sometimes I feel, right? I'm just barely breathing sometimes. I think that's kind of true, but I wasn't quite sure if I was portraying that image to someone else, but I do know what is on my plate right now, and sometimes it feels like I'm barely breathing.
Yep.
The question is, how was I doing it? Is it?
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't know. I think I'm on autopilot right now. I'm just just jalan, langgar aja. Whatever comes in, schedule, write down, and then just go forward with it.
He's a workaholic.
And
he cannot stop.
Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I think I am low-key quite a workaholic.
You don't need to think. I'm gonna tell you right now, you are a workaholic.
Yeah.
I've seen the way you work, and it really is non-stop. You know, the second you land back here, the next morning you're already up and running. You're already doing something. If you're not working, you're back at home at Penang, right?
That's
with
right.
your family.
That's
so
true.
this is a busy boy. So while you're doing all these things and you're juggling all these things, there has to be a time where you messed up. Macam you slipped up, whether it's with, I don't know, a deadline for your draft, for your content creation, or maybe it's you literally need to post and you dah lupa. So, has that happened to you?
I'm not gonna lie, man. I freaking messed up all the time. Really all the time.
Okay, in what ways? Tell me.
In what ways is, I think okay lah. I mean, how would I say that I messed up is actually because I think it's more an internal thing.
Okay.
I think okay, before it gets to the client, it's definitely there's a barrier lah, right?
Yeah.
So I think I messed up myself internally, so I would manage everything over there. So in terms of okay, maybe I'm supposed to post something this and that and everything, you know, sometimes I would just forget it about myself, when whatever deadlines that I'm supposed to do, I think that's the only thing lah, before a video gets out, or if you're talking about messed up, whether a client is not happy with the deliverables or something, I think before it gets to the client, it's the messy part is all here.
So you sort it out before it gets there.
I'll sort it out every single thing before it gets to the client. But not saying that when it goes to the client, it's not messed up or anything lah. But I think that comes with also an experience where I was with agency. So I knew what the agency life is. So I think I sort of also walk in their shoes sometimes. Okay, because I was with Leo Burnett once upon a time.
Okay.
I did my internship there. So I know what's it like working in an agency, so I try to do as much as I can before it gets to the client, before it gets, who would want to when you revert to them at, 12 a.m., I think a lot of creators will get back to that at 12 a.m. sometimes.
Guilty!
And then they'll come back to you with a gazillion number of feedbacks.
Yeah.
And then the creators will alamak pening. So I think before you get to that stage, right, the messiness happens here, and then I'll try to do as much. I try to think in their point of view and the perspective, try to make sure everything is tidy up, fine-tuned before it reaches to them.
Yeah, so how do you do that? How do you sort out your messiness? Is it down to macam scheduling?
Okay.
Or is it down to actually writing down my to-do list every single day? This is what I need to do, this is what I need to do. How do you keep on top of everything? Okay,
so I think my way, the one that works for me is I'm a very scheduling person.
Yeah.
So whatever, sometimes even the smallest thing, someone wants to meet for coffee ke, whatever ke, or just a hangout, I will write every single detail down in my calendar.
Oh my god, your calendar must be like different colors.
Yeah, it's
full,
different colors,
everything.
full. Even the smaller stuff like, okay, maybe later I have to meet someone to pass something only. I will also put that down in my calendar because I'm a very forgetful person. As much as like I'm doing a lot of stuff, I'm also a very forgetful person. Like I forget everything. Like I even left my wallet, I left my bag at Astro. 3 days later, then I find like, hey, where's my laptop? I was searching the entire house. Then when I called, then I asked my colleague to check. Can you check at Astro? It's just laying there at the wardrobe room, untouched, thank God. All right, so I get back my laptop lah, but that's as crazy as it is. But I'm a very scheduled person, so I'll write down everything in a book. So I have this book which I always write everything down. Ideas, I will just scribble. Whenever I have anything, I'll just write it down. And other than that, it's just really scheduling. Like, that's how I keep myself on the top of the game, just to remind myself.
Can I ask, why a book? Why not on your phone?
Okay, I think there's something special about this traditional way of just penning everything down. Sorry, not penning everything down, writing it down, because I prefer mechanical pencil over pen. Even in exam, during SPM, right, I did not use pen, you know. Like there's something about pen that I cannot relate to somehow. It's
just
just like
too permanent, you don't like it?
Yeah, it's like it's not channeling, the energy is not channeling it down. So for some reason, I like pencil and mechanical pencil. I like writing things down. So it feels more materialized compared to digitalizing it in like, okay, let's write this idea. Maybe for fast pace, okay lah. But most of the time, it's a book and pencil.
Yep.
And write things
and
down.
also, you're already spending so much of time on your phone.
That's right.
So
That's
outside of work, you would like to kind of,
Right.
you know, not look at your screen,
True,
your phone or your laptop.
true.
So you prefer to like write it
Correct,
down, like,
that's
you know.
right.
So were you this meticulous when you started out your journey in this industry, or was it something that you built across time?
I think I've always been very meticulous, very anal about every single thing, about everything that I do. But it's also quite a toxic thing for yourself, because like I think I'm very anxious as a person. So I'm always thinking 100 steps ahead. Always thinking like, oh, what are the possibilities if I don't do this, if I do this. I'm just always thinking. So I plan everything out and I write everything out so that I know what are my next steps ahead. So like, it's just so bad sometimes, but there's a good thing and a bad thing. A good thing is that you're always on the top of the game.
Yeah.
But the bad thing is it wears you down. It wears me down like I can sleep anywhere. I'm just so tired sometimes. That's why I don't drive. I don't drive. I take Grab. I use e-hailing everywhere I go, because in the car is where that's the time where I edit my stuff, and then I reply my stuff, I reply my clients, my emails, I do everything on my phone at that moment. And then when I feel really tired, I'll just sleep. So I want to reach a destination stress-free, so I don't have to think about anything. I don't have to think about the jam. I don't have to think about where to park and everything. So that's me as a person, yeah.
Wow, you're so intense.
It's quite intense.
I feel like that's the perfect word to describe you. You're pretty intense.
Yeah, whether is it in a good way or a bad way, but I don't know. I just try to find a balance as well.
I mean, when it comes to work, of course, it's great, right? You have that drive. You're always trying to do your best. But I'm gonna tell you right now, there is definitely a bad side to this. Okay, what do you do to kind of get the edge off? Because like you mentioned, you are like an anxious person. You're constantly thinking and overthinking.
Correct.
Sometimes rest is not proper rest because your brain is still going crazy.
You know what's funny about brain thinking? I always find that there's just something that fills me with great energy. Whenever I go to sleep, I on music. But when I go on music, right, and I sleep with it, right, my brain is actually functioning. But that's the time where I feel like I'm at the best state. Like I feel like my brain is thinking about stuff, and then that's where ideas come in. That's the best time. I can't let's go office, sit down. Okay, let's brainstorm. Cannot. For me, it's I gotta go to bed. And I'm half asleep. That's the phase where I enter this zone, right? Then I start thinking stuff. Then I can start visualizing things. Let's say if client wants this idea, Daniel, give me an idea for how do you want to sell this drink? Something. So that I have to get into that zone. Before I sleep, almost entering that kind of zone is kind of weird. I don't know how to put it to words also sometimes.
Dude, rest is supposed to be rest.
Yeah, that's the thing. But that's the only time where my brain can think. So I think most of the time I think that way. When before I sleep, then that's when my brain functions. Then I wake up and then I start writing. Then I go back to sleep. Then okay.
So you actually wake up, pen your thoughts down, and then go back to sleep.
Yeah.
So your notebook Your notebook is right by your bed?
Yes. my book and my pencil, really.
What if you wake up one day and your pencil got no more, there's nothing in it anymore?
I just grab a pen lah, that pen lah.
That's when you're like, oh, fine, I'll settle with a pen.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, dude. I hope you're getting enough rest.
I am.
Yeah.
Anywhere I can sleep, like in a Grab, anywhere waiting for anything, I can just sleep for a while. So like that's where I rest lah.
Some people might be jealous. It's not very easy to like sleep anywhere, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Some people find it really hard to even sleep in a flight. Are you?
No, I can sleep anywhere as well.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Because we needed that, right? When we're supposed to go.
I can fall asleep anywhere. It doesn't matter how loud everyone is. If I'm comfortable, I'm going to nap.
Yes. It's lullaby time.
So apart from, you hosting a TV show and being on radio, emceeing, doing content creation, you also run like a business. Maybe even two maybe. So can you like explain what's going on here?
It's a small entrepreneurship thingy lah.
Okay.
There's two. So first one is I grew up in a household. I'm from Penang Pride. So like my family actually sells curry mee. I mean my aunt that passed down from my great grandfather. So right now it's my aunt running it. So we actually sell Penang white curry mee. So an annual routine which we did non-stop is like we're always cooking chili paste. Alright, cooking chili paste at home. It's always chopping something, blending, and then cooking outside in a big pot, like it's for kenduri like that. Then we'll stock up and then use that for the business. So that is also being sold. So this chili paste has been, it's an ongoing thing in Penang lah. But I have been looking at plans in also like,
bringing it over?
Bringing it over and also put it online. So like, like Carol Aming's sambal. So that's something, but it's very different from the Malay sambal. It's a Chinese version of sambal. So that's one thing that I've been working on. We're still at the phase of like designing the whole packaging and stuff. So that one is still that stage.
Okay.
The other one that is running, it's this passion project that I'm really, that's very close to my heart. I'm a person that I like vintage stuff. I like old stuff. I really appreciate all this cultural stuff. So in every Chinese household, there's this cup which we calls it Man Sao Mo Kiong. All right, it's a red color cup with really intricate design and there's like Chinese writings on it.
All right.
So I really find it and there's not much out there also. So I like that design. I took that design with a couple of my partners. So we put that onto paper cups. So imagine going to a cafe, but you see something cultural, and that's the one. I should have brought it today.
It's okay, it's going to be on the screen somewhere.
Yeah, just put it on the screen somewhere. Well, that's what I'm working on. So that's a passion project. And happy to say that like it has gotten us quite a mile because the upcoming project with it is we managed to tie with Kereta Api Sarong.
Okay.
Kereta Api Sarong is an annual event where, like everyone use the trains and then they go to Dataran Merdeka. So it's Hari Malaysia's event. Okay. So this year itself is going to be at KLCC. 14th of September, right?
Okay.
Hari Malaysia.
16.
16, but 14 is the event.
Okay.
So 14 September. And we will be catering to 15,000 packs. So that cups is going to be held by 15,000 plus people. So that's one thing that I'm really, really proud of. But it started off as a passion project. I didn't know that it would kick that far. But
all the best ideas start from something you're passionate about, right? And also, if you're passionate about it, it's easier to put in the work because you know what you're going to get at the end of the day. You know how it's going to fulfill you as a person, right?
Imagine you lah, taking IG-worthy pictures with your coffee in it.
Yeah,
it's just going to set it different. It's very chantik.
Correct. So you seem so passionate about this. Your heart seems to be in this, but you're also doing all kinds of things on the side, like we've mentioned. So how are you... No, before we go there, which do you prefer?
What?
Like, which part, like, do you prefer this business side thing that you're doing?
Okay.
Or is your heart more towards your content creation and your emceeing, being in front of the camera?
I feel they are all somewhat related in a way. Because, like, one similarity that I find in all this is it's something that I'm really passionate about.
Yeah.
Like even for radio, TV, entertainment and stuff, or whether is it like this entrepreneurship. It's not just any business. It's not just a printing business because we don't print designs for people. We come up with our own designs that is very nostalgic, very very cultural. Like those kopitiam cups and stuff. You see it on the paper cup. So that's what we do, and that's what I like. So that's that one similarity that I see. So it's not so much of what I prefer, but it's more of like I think it's where my passion lies in all of this. So it's that one same thing across everything. Yeah.
So, I mean, when you come into the creator space, right, you see all these OG creators, over time, they've kind of developed whatever it is that they're doing on social media into a business. You know, because they do say, right, content creation is not super sustainable. You know, one day you're the in thing, the next day you're completely out.
That's right.
So do you see yourself doing something like that? Kind of departing from, you know, the TV life, the entertainment life, and just like solely focusing on this and not just making it a passion project, but a straight up money-making business that you're loving and you're working every single day?
I think everyone has an expiry date. So like at one point, like how this whole TikTok suddenly like blew up. Like there's more creators from everywhere.
Correct.
Every day there's just a new face, new name. Like even the longest standing one in the entertainment industry will somehow make way for the younger ones. Whether is it by fame, whether is it by physical, maybe you're just unable one day. Who knows? So I think that time will definitely come. Maybe just not now. So of course there has to be the effort to always make yourself relevant. But no matter how relevant you are, people will somehow one day just get bored of you. So I think it's a must for every creators out there or whoever it is to always try to expand and divert and also like look at what other possibilities are there for you. Whatever that we're doing right now is like you gotta be physical in order to earn that money.
Yeah.
But you want something where like money come and find you also, so that it's running. While you're sleeping, the sales is just coming in.
Yeah.
That's what I want also lah. Like one day I can't be doing content creation every day. Like one day you just want like, damn malas, man.
Yeah, the amount of effort that goes into it, right?
That's right.
It's like you're working so hard now, but you want to get to a point one day where the money is working for you.
Correct. Look at Jane Cha, look at Han Pin Ma and all these people.
Yeah.
I feel like it speaks a lot for themselves. Like they were in content creation, but after at one point, then they're just, okay, I've got Chucks. I've got all these brands.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so money's finding them right now. And of course, I think I aspire to be that also. And hopefully with all these passion projects, it's going to bring something in.
Yeah. So do you think for somebody who is a full-time content creator, somebody that really wants to dive deep into this line of work, do you think that is something that they should all strive for? Because some say, if you focus on too many things at once, you're not really putting your full heart into every single thing, right?
That's kind of true, but I also feel like this is the overthinking side of me. Like everyone would expire one day. So you want something where money can find you. So like there are some content creators that also do 9 to 5 without us knowing, 9 to 5, but they're doing content creation as their hobby thing.
Betul.
So I feel having a sustainable thing on the side is very much needed.
Correct.
Like even for Cairo Aming, he started with content creation. Even smarter, he amalgamates content creation and business together. So it becomes like a thing itself. So whatever that he's producing is for his business. It's correlated.
Yeah.
So it benefits. So maybe that's what people can look at also lah.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's what you're striving for, right?
Yeah, correct. So like whatever that we are content creating for, it's also to push ourselves as personalities. So you are your brand, you are your own product.
Correct.
It's just the same thing only lah. It's just that he has sambal, you have your body.
Correct.
You have yourself, yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's so true. Okay, hopefully you get there.
Hopefully
Get
we
to
all
that
get there. I
level.
mean, if there's something else that you're working on also, of course.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah, there's a lot going on, but it's stressful as a creator because you want to be able to put your heart and your mind into every single thing that you do. But let's be honest, the energy is just not there all the time, So it's a struggle to kind of keep up that same level with every single thing that you do, which is why I want to go back to you, like, managing every single thing that you're doing. On top of that, the businesses as well. Apart from, scheduling, semua, what is something else that maybe you practice that helps you keep on top of things while everything is going on simultaneously around you?
Wait, this is just myself or like with somebody? Or
No, it's like with you because you have so many things going on, dude.
Okay.
You have so many things going on.
Alright.
And, you are also still maintaining that level, that professional level of like, good quality content, everything everywhere. So like, apart from maybe like scheduling, writing things down, is there something else that you do to kind of help you pull through?
Pull through.
Like pull through all of this and still make it out alive and still doing a good job?
Damn, I think like it will be filling up my time with things that I also like lah. Like I think I do enjoy sometimes taking the time off, being around with friends, because that's where it gives you more input. Like, listen to different stories and stuff. Like when I hang out with friends, right, as much as we are always like, fronting, we're always on the front, of every conversations. But like when I hang out with friends, so I'm always taking the step back.
Yeah.
So I think that is something that pulled me through also, which is always hanging out with people. And I do spend my time watching like movies, just going out, stuff like that. And I think exercising is something that I do try to push myself towards too. Like I'm doing it, but it's always like when when schedule is crazy, you're like, alamak, I just want to sleep right now and rest right now.
That's the one thing you always sacrifice, right?
That's the one thing that I always sacrifice, but it's very much needed to get your body going actually.
Yeah, that's
your
so
mind,
true.
yeah.
Because sometimes your mind is working a lot, but honestly, you're not moving. You're not moving
That's right.
that much at all.
Correct,
You think you're like out and about, doing this, doing that, but truly you're just seated in one place, talking. The only muscle you're moving is your mouth.
Correct. That's right. That's right. So it's actually very much needed. Like when you exercise, also one thing, I realized that like your mental becomes sharper.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess that's one thing that does help me pull through as well, which I do it.
That's so great. Even hanging out with the friends, I always tell my friends, it feels like a podcast session when I go out with them, because I don't talk at all.
We don't talk. We just play passive role. Y'all talk.
Yeah.
I'm just the observer here.
I just want to listen. I want to know what's going on, but I'm too tired because you are literally talking for work,
That's right.
Sometimes I don't know if that's good or bad. I feel really bad because I feel I'm not giving like my all with all my friends when everyone's coming together and talking about their lives.
No, I don't think so. Like they've been hering you talking on every other platforms. Girl, you talk too much. You talk too much. Let me talk lah. Let me talk. It's my turn to talk. So that's why I have friends who really talk a lot. And I know like I'll give them that space. I'll give them that space.
That's so cute. Yeah, actually, I'm pretty sure that's what my friends are thinking. Maybe I should go back and ask them. Am I talking too much? Am I talking too much?
Yeah.
Okay, Daniel, I want to talk about all the great things you have done. Tell us, what is the biggest campaign or the biggest client you've ever worked with? The one that made you go, oh my God, I cannot believe this is my life.
Understand. If we were to talk about clients, right? I wanted to say that it would be working with this Samsung brand.
Okay.
I think because like Samsung clients are known to be one of the hardest to please, I feel, by far. But then again, if I were to sit back, reflect, and think properly, what really sort of like put me out there also, in terms of like experience, what's happening around me, that like where I am, it would be all the international junkets that I'm doing. I think that could be the biggest thing for me. If I were to sum it up, probably like I would say it's that.
Name us a few, come on, drop some names.
Dwayne Johnson, Keanu Reeves, Benedict Cumberbatch. Who else do I have? Lee Jun Jae.
I want to kill you right now.
Yeah, these are crazy people. Oh yeah, so that's why coexisting in the same space with them, for me, it's a milestone. I mean, I started with a very humble beginning.
Yeah.
emceeing on the roadsides, as in for street festivals and stuff, which I really like that because that's where I release all my energy. Big space, I let it all out. It's like transferring energies to other people. Slowly, I progress into smaller space, but for bigger screens, so it's like TV. Then I start with like local celebs and stuff, which I truly like, and that's where my roots are. And then slowly I advanced into international scene, and that's what I did. Paul Rudd, Jonathan Majors. So all these people make me really feel like, oh, this is a very humbling experience because I not just get to meet all these people whom I've watched on screens for years, but also get to be and understand, like, what does it feel like, what to be talking to them and speaking to them. Although I am only given 5 minutes every single time, but I hope one day I can achieve that one point where I can do this with them, like friends.
Yeah.
Like you chat with them, you engage with them. So I think that had to be my proudest moment lah. Like for my career, for me I think it would be being at that spot, going there, red carpet. You know how you watch Ryan Seacrest and all on like E-News, but you're there yourself on that red carpet and they're passing by. So I'm like, wow.
How did you get here, right?
Yeah, how did I get here? Like, oh, I know I got on a plane, but really, like, how did I get here?
Oh my gosh.
And being able to continuously have big names coming in, like, it's amazing. If you don't hype yourself, who's gonna hype you, right?
Yeah,
so,
that's
like,
true.
It's a great
Dude,
stuff,
I'm so proud of you.
I'm
That's
so proud of you
amazing.
too.
I do have to know though, did Keanu Reeves smell good?
He really did though.
That's what I thought.
Or maybe it's just the room's air freshener. Yeah.
Or maybe it's just in your head.
Yeah, that's right. But of all right, I really love Aquafina. Aquafina, she lives up to her name. She's a vibe. She's that awkward. But she's so humbling as a person. She's so nice.
She's so funny.
She's so funny. She's funny in a different way.
So would you say she's like the #1 celebrity that you've interviewed? Maybe give me two. Aquafina's one, maybe another one.
In terms of like, in terms of someone that's nice and like
good energy.
Good energy, yeah, good energy. Aquafina and surprisingly The Rock.
Yeah. Why surprisingly?
Because like he has this whole impression of like, you know, he's big, tall, and like, don't come near me kind of thing.
I'm too good for you vibes.
Yeah, I'm too good for you vibes. But like he's super engaged when I was doing a Malaysian content.
Aww.
He was like, I was giving like some bahasa lines and he was like really gasping for air trying to guess those lines. So I like that energy. But surprisingly, the one that I idolize the most, which is Doctor Strange, he's the one that gives me the least amount of energy. So as I said, I don't meet your idol.
Don't meet your heroes.
Don't meet your heroes, man.
No, so like what?
Cumberbatch, I don't know. Like, I really love Doctor Strange, man. Maybe it's Doctor Strange that I love, but not you.
Oh my god.
Be nicer, or just a British humor. I don't know.
Maybe you know it's like very like dry,
Correct.
sarcastic.
Very dry, very sarcastic.
Yeah, maybe.
I was like, are you being sarcastic or what?
Okay, if you have to ask, then maybe he's being sarcastic, but it's okay. I wanna go back to something you mentioned earlier. You said you're really thankful you're working with like, for example, Samsung. That's a huge brand, right? And you know sometimes working with clients can be a little bit challenging. So what are some of the challenges that you feel you have encountered or you find a little bit difficult to navigate when it comes to speaking with clients on your content creation and you know your videos?
I think the one that we all most relate to probably would be the timeline and also the ideation.
Yeah.
Because everyone sees idea at a different level. Like what's nice to you may not be nice for me. But of course, it's very important to make them understand that you're coming to me for me with this.
Yeah.
So do trust in me that I'm providing you this. Like, unless you have your set of mind, then set that from the beginning. Yeah. But otherwise, it will really be like, allow me to berkarya, allow me to like create that magic for you if you're coming to me. So I feel that's the two main things, the two biggest challenge, which is communicating it to the clients.
Yeah, just like, let me do my thing.
Yeah, let me do my thing. I trust you, but let me do my thing. Let me work that magic for you and let me convince you because you come to me for my value. So and I'm pretty sure that the value that I'm going to put out is something that you're going to buy into as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Right.
Yeah, so if you know how like it works with content creation, right? A brand approaches you or maybe a social media agency approaches you and they're like, hey, there's a campaign. Can we get your rates? And then we want to propose you to a client. And there are times where it's like, you get a message and they go, oh, client decided to go with somebody else, not you. Are you affected by that rejection?
No, not really.
Were you always like that? Were you always not affected? Or is this something that you have grown into?
Okay, let me see. I think there weren't, if I were to recall, there weren't really any campaigns that I was like, I really want it. I really want it, and then I'm like, oh damn it, I got rejected. So far I've not. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that I value everything. I really liked it, but maybe because like I have quite a lot on my plate also. So for me, it's always like, okay there's a reason behind it Maybe because I did not fulfill certain criteria. So I do understand in their perspective, in the marketing perspective, maybe this guy is just not what we're looking for
not the right
this
fit.
campaign. Yeah, because it has happened before. Like for this Samsung campaign in particular, they have few series kind. So like there's the fleet and blah 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 and everything else. So like, oh, this model is not so much of his type, but this is his type. So I've got rejected for this one, but I got this one. So I just feel like they're maybe keeping you for the best.
Yeah, when one door closes, another opens.
Yeah, one door closes, another opens. So if I don't get this client campaign, you also have your TV stuff running, you have your radio stuff running. So I feel like I'm always on my toes. If I don't get it, I don't take it too personal. I'm still okay.
Yeah.
I think it's all good. It's all good.
I think that is a really important reason as to why if you're doing content creation, you shouldn't really focus on one specific thing.
Correct.
Because once you do focus on that, your whole life, everything you're thinking about is just on that one thing. So that's when, if you get rejected for something,
Correct.
you're gonna really feel it.
That's
you're
right.
You're gonna feel it deep in your heart. You're gonna be like, oh my goodness, why didn't they pick me?
Correct.
Like what's wrong? Am I doing something wrong? My content creation need to change. You start overthinking and stuff like that.
That's where you set your value as well. Like demand and supply kind of thing. Make yourself exclusive. If you don't get me, it's fine, because I'm also doing other stuff. So it's really okay. Only when you're ready, come to me lah. Alright?
Yeah.
You work with me like that. So like set yourself in a different kind of path, a different level. So which is why the importance of having things on the side. You cannot be just doing one thing.
Yeah.
Unless you're doing maybe a 9 to 5, it does take a lot of your time. Not saying that this is not taking a lot of your time.
No, but if you're doing content creation, you have a 9 to 5, the 9 to 5 is your stability. Technically,
yes, that's right. Technically.
Yeah.
So that's why you need something on the side. You can't just, there are high times, there are low times. Some people, MCO works the best for them.
Yes.
MCO was like my high time. Really, MCO was like my high time. Things were crazy during that time for me. Like surprisingly. But so that's why the importance of having things on the side. So like one would work in this environment, one wouldn't thrive. So, you just gotta juggle the ball.
This is the reality of content creation. It is what it is. It's very important. Diversify. Don't be so dependent on just like one stream. Because trust me, there's going to be a time where, maybe you're not that relevant anymore.
Correct.
There's going to be another influencer that comes into a scene and they're doing something better than you. They look better than you. They've got more money than you. And you just can't let that affect you.
Correct. That's right. You're just going to stand on your own also.
Yeah.
Just don't depend on one thing. So first source of income is important. Then you got the secondary, and then you got your investments coming in.
Yeah.
You got all the other sources of income coming in, so that you're secured from every angle. So one doesn't work, it's okay. You got different baskets to take from.
Understood.
Yeah, that's what I do also like in my life, like just plan my financial properly.
Understood.
Yeah.
So important.
It's very important for content for content creators.
Yes.
Like a lot of celebrities themselves, right? They don't. Sometimes not everyone, but sometimes they just don't think about it. They thought like I'm always on my high life right now. Let's just spend everything without planning your finances properly. But it's actually very important. I always practice. I keep 70%, and then I spread out investment. And everything else, savings and stuff, 30% is what I used to spend. So that's what I do. And then some goes into like reinvesting into yourself, like maybe, mental health stuff or like your apparels.
Yeah, maybe you want to get a new camera or something.
New camera, new makeup, new baju, fashion stuff, whatever. So that's how I play my game usually.
Dude, that's so good. Because usually people say save 30% and then do everything else with the 70%, but you're the opposite. That's amazing.
I'm trying to save for 5 years ahead.
Oh my god, you really are an overthinker.
Oh my god. So like if I'm no longer relevant in the next 5 years, like kind of thing.
At least you're good for 5 years.
Yeah, I know I'm good. I know what to do with like my money stuff there during that period.
Dude, that's amazing. It's a lesson all content creators need to learn. It's either you learn it early or you learn it the hard way.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. So I want you to spill some tea. Like, what's a huge complaint you have about like how clients operate?
How clients operate.
Yeah.
I mean, the one that I've been getting for myself.
Yeah, for yourself. Yeah.
I think it had to be my followers. Can I say that? Is that the thing?
Of course.
Yeah. But I think there are agencies that has progressed far away from this.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's just as shallow as it is. Your followers sort of like determines everything.
The numbers.
Yeah.
It's all number talk.
That's okay. That's where I stand also. Like my followers, I'm not gonna say it's not the highest, it's not the biggest, all right? But somehow I still managed to get big clients. I'm not gonna. This is pre-genocide. Genocide has been happening forever. It's just that whole thing, we were working with brands like McDonald's, Samsung, KFC, all these big names. So I sometimes I'm a bit dumbfounded. Like, how did I manage to secure this?
Yep.
Why did they trust me? That's why I said your value, how you position yourself is very important. So, what's the question again? I keep talking and I throw
You see, he yapped so much I think he forgot the question.
So much of thoughts here.
Like you said, it's a number game. That's
a number game. Yes, that's right. So, I think that's one of the biggest things. Sometimes whether they choose you or not is because of your followers. But if you stand and you believe what your values are, I think it.
It's so important to stand your ground. People are going to tell you your worth so much lesser just because of your numbers.
Right.
But
And then push down your price.
yeah.
Maybe, okay, that's the thing. Like they are looking for that kind of person. Maybe they're just trying their luck because thinking that, you know, it's a micro influencer. Maybe they can play around this rate. I'm not saying they cannot. Maybe some would take it.
Yeah.
You know, just for the mileage.
Yeah.
So that's where you gauge lah, whether you want to take it or not. But yeah lah, if it works for you, it works for you. If it doesn't, then, you know, just nicely say it. That's for me lah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like taking care of the PR, the bridge, it's very important.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work this round, it's fine. It's just, you know.
Yep. So you see, we know this now because we've been doing this for a bit. We've worked with clients, we've had conversations, but you know, it's so easy for a newbie in the content creation scene to be exploited
Correct.
by
That's true.
brands, right?
That's
You
true.
see them like getting like free PR gifts, but going above and beyond
Correct.
just to like post content for the brand, you know? It really is exploiting, you know? So what is something that you would say to, you know, a new content creator who is honestly doing this? You see them doing this, but you kind of want to help them out. What would you tell them?
Okay, for me, right, because we all been through the stage where we're just entering the scene. So I feel whether you like it or not, there will be people who take advantage of you. But how do you play smart in this world is by putting your name in there, getting your name in that list first.
Yeah.
So if really you're trying to enter the scene and the price comes up to you is like 300, they don't know your value yet. So it's a bit hard to reason and fight. It's good to be the China pair, you know, like I'm holding to this 4,800.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna budge. It's easy to do that. Okay, you can wait until you found the right one. But somehow I feel to enter the game, you still need to be a bit lenient.
Yeah.
Close one eye. That's why I said diversifying your income is very important because with that, then you are able to do that. If you depend solely on this, 300 is not gonna work for you.
Of course.
But if you have every source of income from every different, you're like, okay lah, 300, what is 300? Okay, never mind,
Correct.
I do for you. I'll give you my best. The next round you come back to me, this is my rate.
Yeah.
So do that. When you want to enter the game, just, okay, I'll do it for you. I'll show you what I'm worth.
Yeah.
That is what I did, and I believe that's where that it got me to secure all these big brands also.
Yeah.
Because I was one of those players who want to come in, and it was quite low also. But I just like, okay, tak apa. But that because it's my passion. I love creating videos.
Yeah.
I love content creation. So I just had to do what I do. I just took it as like, okay lah, just create content for fun. I'm gonna put something out there anyways.
Yeah.
And plus, it's just 300 rather than doing something for free. Like, okay lah, still something. At least cover the cost lah. So you just do it. But over the time, trust the process. People will see your value, provided if you give them value, then they will come back to you with your rate. So I feel for beginning, not for the longest time. I don't go on 1 year with that lah.
Yeah, of course.
You know, at least you know you're gonna play again. Maybe with this agency, new agency, I work twice with you, maybe this rate. Then onwards, actually, this is my rate. So can we work things out? Trust me, if they love you, you take care of your relationship with them, they will fight for you because they are your middle person to fight with the client.
Correct.
So if they push you, they believe in you, confirm the client will believe in you also. Then how lah, me and Ili want to get like, you know,
My name is Anne!
Me and Ili, everybody else want to get like 4,008, is it? How lah, right?
Oh my god, yeah, that's so true. That's so true.
Yes.
Try it out in the beginning,
Yes.
but don't make it a norm.
Don't make it a norm.
Obviously,
Yeah.
build your value and you will get to where you want to get with time.
Come on lah, you go to clinic so they give you discount first round, right? Give you trial period. This is my trial price. 300, you take it. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other advice you'd give somebody that is thinking of, you know, getting into content creation seriously and like full time?
Wow, seriously and full time. To be honest, I think like I myself, I'm still trying to find my steps around it. I'm not sure if I'm the best person to give like a solid advice on this.
Okay.
But it's a lot about having fun. Like every time, whatever I do, right, people tell me, as long as you have fun, people will feel the fun. Like even on radio also, right? Radio hosting, whatever, you need to feel fun. You need to have fun. So that genuinity will transfer to other people. And I think that's how successful creators like Imran Butt
Yeah.
managed to penetrate through the hearts of Malaysians also.
Yeah.
It's because of like they are like our living living example. Like, you know, they are creators for different stuff.
Yes.
I feel like I may have target all these brands and stuff because they like that kind of niche. Imran, but from as far as I've observed, I have not seen him so much in the magazine events. You know,
He's just himself.
He's just himself, but he is good with the people.
Yeah.
You get me? So there's different kind of creators. What kind of creators you want to be?
Yes.
You want to become the niche one where all clients would love you because you're so polished,
Yes.
refined, or you just want to be like, this is just me. I'm an everyday person. Hi, I'm Leona, that kind of person.
Yes.
So same thing. So what kind of creator you want to be? Then you know. After that, you just be that. Yeah. But of course, it does comes with like pros and cons. Like I feel
Like anything.
Yeah. Like Imran Butt targets different stuff.
Yeah.
So he's not so much on the refined kind of like, as far as I observe lah. So,
He's just chaotic.
He's just chaotic.
On and off camera.
Yeah, on and off camera, chaotic. So but that's just him lah. So if that's the kind of creator that you want to be, then okay lah.
Yeah. You have to really sit down and think about, you know, how you want to strategize, how you want to place yourself in this industry. Of course, there's space for you to explore and even change what you want to do with time. But I guess there needs to be the essence of who you are.
And then have fun.
Yeah,
have
of
fun.
course.
Have fun, then you'll be as successful as like, you know, Leona and Imran Butt also.
Yeah, because they're essentially just being themselves, but the camera's turned on.
They're always on our FYP.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
But
they're
it's
always so
comedy
entertaining.
lah.
Yeah. I love it too, you know, I love to binge watch them, you know.
Correct. Comedy stuff.
It's just them being themselves on camera.
Correct.
So, Daniel, you know, you have been through this whole journey in so many different aspects. Social media, you are on TV, you are hosting, sekarang on radio, you're doing this business, you know? So, the industry is constantly evolving. We are getting new influencers every other day because it's so easy to start content creation now, right?
That's right.
So, what is something that you have learned over time that you will continue to bring with you in your content creation journey while the industry is growing?
I feel you need to embody every single aspect of, like every single elements of the industry. Like in the industry, we've got editors, we've got, you know, cameramen and stuff. You got to be in everything in one person.
You gotta be an all-rounder.
You gotta be an all-rounder. You gotta be a multitasker. So once you have all that, you carry that with you whenever you're thrown at anywhere. You can also still survive. So like even one day everything changes, but you can like, oh, I can do this. So then you can still grow and evolve into a different person at this aspect of life.
Betul.
So I think you need to embody all of that.
So
and always be relevant lah, I guess. Yeah.
So technically, if content creation would come to an end, you could maybe manage another talent.
Yeah.
You could edit videos. You
Correct.
can MC an event.
Correct.
You can do so many other things.
That's right. Because like, okay, if you were to ask a creator to host, they may or may not. Okay, ask Imran Butt to go and host right now. Ask Imran Butt to do that, to do this and stuff.
Yeah.
Cannot. But will I be able to do his stuff? Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah.
So I feel there is still a lining, like whether can everyone be a host? Can everyone do this or not? So like that's where you position yourself and continue to fight and, you know, push yourself up towards through the years. So like when you can host, when you can do this, when you do that, everything, really you can sustain longer.
Betul.
I'm not just a person who goes online, do comedy. Comedy changes every single season.
Yeah.
You do something trending right now, it's no longer trending, you're out of the game. Unless you follow up and do the next trending stuff. So it's like, this is the season of Imran Butt, this is a season of Gajen, this is a season of whatever. But as seasons change, you change baju. But the person still stays there. So how I see hosting is something solid. So whether if not I'm weak on social media or not, but you have your standing ground. You are as a person, as a host. Yeah. Can I get a content creator right now and just go and host? You can't.
Yeah, not everybody can do it.
Not everybody can do it. That's why you're here. That's why you're here. And it's not whoever it is. Because you're a content creator, but you're also a radio personality.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Because you have your traditional media holding you also. So that both balance is very important. Otherwise, you're just a content creator. What else? I have millions of other content creators. What's your added value right now? I'm on TV. I'm on radio. I'm giving you added value. I'm attached to a conglomerate media company. So this is your added value. I'm not just a content creator. And I feel
Right.
every content creator to position themselves. I'm not just a content creator, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a business owner. That's what Carol Aming does also.
You're out here schooling people, Daniel.
Oh, yo,
Yeah,
shit.
schooling people
Damn,
right now.
this is a lecture podcast already, is it?
You can change it to a course.
Yeah,
Oh
but
my god, that's another avenue. Lecturer.
that's right. So I feel like you gotta like have your standing ground. Like content creation, it's sometimes like a hobby. I just feel like I mean it finds you money, but it's also a hobby thing. So you gotta find your route. Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Daniel, thank you so much for
Damn.
yapping about content creation and the work that you do and every single thing that happens in your daily life. This has been so eye-opening. I'm tired for you. I hope you're getting enough rest. I swear. Okay, but again, thank you so much for being here on CultYap and sharing your experience with everyone. I'm sure they have taken some valuable lessons.
I really hope so. I was like lecturing and nobody wants to hear me
I'm pretty sure you did. Again, thank you so much, Daniel.
All right,
This
thanks,
is-
Anne.
Yep, this is CultYap. We'll be back for another episode. I'll see you then. Bye.